Gautama Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." Gautama Buddha also said, "The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart." Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village nestled between mountains, there lived a young man named Ravi. Ravi, like many others, longed for peace, stability, and happiness. Yet, no matter how hard he tried, life seemed to throw him challenges at every corner. His heart would race with worry, his mind was consumed with fear, and his emotions often controlled him. It seemed that even the smallest of things, an unkind word, a bad day, or a failure, would leave him shattered. Ravi felt as though the world was affecting him, making him lose control of his life. Desperate to find a way to shield himself from the constant turmoil, he sought the wisdom of an old monk who lived high up in the mountains. This monk was known for his deep knowledge of Buddhist teachings, and many people believed that he had found a way to live peacefully, unaffected by the ups and downs of life. Determined to learn, Ravi traveled the long, winding path to the mountain temple. When he arrived, the monk welcomed him warmly. "Why have you come to see me, young one?" the monk asked kindly, sensing Ravi's troubled heart. "Master, I feel like everything in life affects me too much. I want to be stronger, to stay calm and centered no matter what happens around me. How can I find peace in a world that is full of chaos?" The monk smiled gently. "Ah, you seek the strength to remain unaffected by the world around you. This is a noble pursuit, but it is not the world that affects you, Ravi. It is how you react to it. To find peace, you must first look within. Let me share with you 10 powerful Buddhist principles that, if followed, will help you become unshakable so that nothing can affect you." Ravi sat down, eager to learn, as the monk began to share the wisdom that would change his life forever. Number 1. Detach from the external world. The monk began, "The first principle is to detach from the external world. Many people believe that happiness and peace come from what happens outside of them, wealth, success, or praise. But the truth is, none of these things last. They are fleeting, like the wind. If you base your happiness on external things, you will always be at the mercy of change." Gautama Buddha said, "The root of suffering is attachment." Ravi thought about his constant need for approval from others. Every time someone criticized him or failed to notice his efforts, he felt worthless. The monk's words struck him deeply, and he realized that he had been looking for peace in the wrong place. Number 2. Control your reactions. While you cannot control what happens around you, the monk continued, you can control how you respond. This is the second principle. Control your reactions. When you are faced with a challenge, instead of reacting in anger, fear, or frustration, pause and observe. Respond mindfully. Gautama Buddha said, "You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger." Ravi realized that most of his pain came not from the events themselves, but from how he reacted to them. He often lashed out in anger or withdrew in sadness, making things worse. If he could learn to control his reactions, perhaps the world wouldn't affect him as much. Number 3. Practice mindfulness in everything you do. The third principle is mindfulness, the monk said, looking at Ravi with calm eyes. Mindfulness means being fully present in each moment. Whether you are eating, working, or resting, be aware of your thoughts, your actions, and your surroundings. This awareness will give you the clarity to handle anything that comes your way. Gautama Buddha said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." Ravi remembered how often his mind wandered, worrying about the future or regretting the past. He rarely focused on the present moment, and this constant mental chatter made him anxious. Mindfulness, he realized, could help him stay grounded, no matter what happened. Number 4. Let go of expectations. Expectations are a source of suffering, the monk explained. This is the fourth principle. Let go of expectations. When you expect things to go a certain way and they don't, you feel disappointed. But if you let go of expectations, you will find peace in whatever comes. Gautama Buddha said, "Do not expect anything from others, and your heart will never be broken." Ravi often found himself disappointed, whether it was in people, situations, or outcomes. He realized that his expectations were like chains that bound him to disappointment. If he could let go of those, perhaps nothing would hurt him as much. Number 5. Accept impermanence. The fifth principle is to accept impermanence, the monk said. Everything in life is temporary, both the good and the bad. When you accept that everything changes, you can enjoy the good moments without clinging to them, and you can endure the bad ones knowing they will pass. Gautama Buddha said, "Nothing is forever except change." Ravi nodded. He had been holding on to past happiness, hoping it would return, while fearing the pain that might come. Accepting impermanence, he thought, could help him find peace no matter what life brought. Number 6. Release the need for control. Many people try to control every aspect of their lives, the monk continued. But this only leads to frustration. The sixth principle is to release the need for control. Life has its own flow, and the more you resist it, the more it will resist you. Gautama Buddha said, "It is better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles." Ravi had always tried to control everything, his future, his relationships, and even how people viewed him. But life rarely followed his plans. Letting go of this need for control, he realized, might bring him the freedom he so desperately craved. Number 7. Cultivate compassion. The monk smiled kindly. The seventh principle is to cultivate compassion. When you approach life with kindness and understanding, even when others hurt you, you become immune to negativity. Compassion is a shield that protects your heart. Gautama Buddha said, "Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule." Ravi often felt angry or hurt by the actions of others, but the monk's words made him think. If he could respond with compassion instead of anger, perhaps the actions of others would no longer have power over him. Number 8. Stay grounded in silence. The eighth principle, the monk said, is to stay grounded in silence. Silence is powerful. In silence, you can hear your own thoughts clearly, and you can connect with your inner self. When the world is loud and chaotic, retreat into silence. Gautama Buddha said, "Silence the angry man with love. Silence the ill-natured man with kindness." Ravi thought about how easily he got caught up in the noise of the world, people's opinions, gossip, and distractions. Silence, he realized, could be his refuge when things became overwhelming. Number 9. Trust the process. Trust the process of life, the monk continued. This is the ninth principle. Life has its own rhythm, its own timing. Trust that whatever happens is happening for your growth. Even the difficult times have lessons to teach you. Gautama Buddha said, "Each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most." Ravi often doubted the path his life was taking. He wanted immediate results and couldn't bear uncertainty. But if he could trust the process, he thought, maybe he could find peace, even in the unknown. Number 10. Focus on inner peace, not outer circumstances. The monk looked at Ravi with deep wisdom in his eyes. The 10th and final principle is to focus on inner peace, not outer circumstances. The world will always change, people will come and go, and challenges will arise. But your inner peace, once cultivated, can remain untouched by the chaos around you. Gautama Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." Ravi felt a deep sense of understanding. He realized that he had been chasing peace in the world, in situations and people, when true peace was something he could cultivate inside himself. A new journey begins. After sharing these 10 principles, the monk stood up and gestured toward the peaceful landscape surrounding the temple. Ravi, these principles are not just teachings, they are a way of life. When you apply them daily, you will find that nothing can affect you. You will remain calm, centered, and peaceful no matter what life throws at you. Ravi bowed deeply, feeling a sense of gratitude he had never known. Thank you, Master. I will follow these principles and begin the journey to finding my own inner peace. With a heart full of hope and a mind filled with clarity, Ravi left the temple, determined to practice the teachings of the monk. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Ravi began to feel a transformation. The world around him no longer affected him as it once did. Criticism, failure, and challenges came, but they no longer had the power to shake him. He had found the peace he had been searching for, not in the world, but within himself. Gautama Buddha said, "There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path." Moral of the story. The story of Ravi teaches us that true peace, strength, and stability come from within. By following these 10 Buddhist principles, detaching from the external world, controlling your reactions, practicing mindfulness, letting go of expectations, accepting impermanence, releasing the need for control, cultivating compassion, staying grounded in silence, trusting the process, and focusing on inner peace rather than outer circumstances, you can become unshakable. Life will continue to bring challenges and uncertainties, but when you cultivate inner peace, nothing can affect you. Gautama Buddha said, "Your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart, give yourself to it." True freedom and happiness come not from controlling the world around you, but from mastering your mind and heart. When you follow these principles, you can live with peace and strength no matter what life brings. If you found this story inspiring and believe in the power of these Buddhist principles to bring peace and stability, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family who might benefit from these teachings. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so be sure to comment below and let us know which principle resonates with you the most. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more powerful and insightful content like this. Your support helps us continue sharing these valuable lessons with the world.